Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video documentation, I'm going to show you quickly how to set up your NodeMCU to receive key press or keystrokes from your computer keyboard through Wi-Fi network as a UDP packet. As you can see, this is my setup. I have connected the NodeMCU to an OLED screen, and I will be using that OLED screen to get an idea what is happening inside the program and also to display the results of the functions. So once it is powered up, it will be connecting to the Wi-Fi, and once it is connected, you will see the IP address, port number and the Wi-Fi power signal. I have also used some variables to manipulate while for the demonstration purpose. So now I'm pressing the key, up key, down key, left and right keys. You can see the variables updating and changing based on the key press. Not only this one, I can use literally all the keys on the keyboard. For example, the numbers, the characters, control keys like Control Alt Shift, left Windows key, backspace, etc. And also for demonstration purpose, I'm using the F keys, F1, F2, F3 to display different screens. For example, like this: F1 for another screen, F2 for another screen, F3 for another screen. So let's get into the details. Alright guys, before jumping into the details, I just want to point out two videos for you. For those who don't know how to set up your NodeMCU with an OLED screen, they can refer this video. It's a small quick one. And also I have another detailed video on connecting your NodeMCU to your Wi-Fi network. Alright, now let's jump into the program. Here, as usual, we need to include the libraries. This one for the PC to Arduino connections. This is the I2C communication between the NodeMCU and OLED. These two for the OLED display functions, and this is what library for the Wi-Fi and another library for the UDP data transmission. Here I am declaring the screen width and the screen height of the OLED. Here we are defining the SSID and password along with the UDP port. These variables I am using down somewhere for the program. And here OLED reset button is configured as -1. It will be shared with Arduino reset pin, and this is the screen address for the OLED screen 0x3C. You guys need to check with your data sheet or the OEM manual for corresponding I2C address of your OLED screen. Here I am initializing the OLED display. This function is basically used for text display in a scrolling effect. The details I have already discussed in another video. You can find it in the library, or I will provide the link in the description. You can just refer that one for all details. Here, this is a function which I'm using for connecting to the Wi-Fi. And this function is just used for the display. I call it display home screen function. It have a lot of details in it. I will explain to you one by one when I'm showing you in the screen. These four functions are basically the same. The only purpose here is to show you guys when the F1 key is pressed, and this is to display the screen when the F2 key is pressed, and for the F3 and the F4. So the basic idea is, like, if I press the F1 key, it should go to this function and display this text. Similarly for F2, F3 and F4. Now let's see the void setup. In this one, as usual, we have to start with a serial connection because it will be useful for debugging purpose, and once it is connected at a baud rate of 115200, when it is serial connection is initialized, I will try to connect the Arduino NodeMCU to the OLED screen and try to get a connection at this address 0x3c, and if there is a problem, then we have to get a feedback on, and that will be only available through the serial port monitor. So if I'm not able to connect, I will get this message. So if I'm able to connect properly, then I will continue down. I will clear the text on the OLED screen, then put the text size to 1, then text color to white, and then I will initialize the Wi-Fi module on the NodeMCU to a situation mode, then disconnect if any existing connection is previously connected. We call it deauthentication. Once it is done, then I will try to connect with a new connection with the given SSID and the password on the top of our program. Then I will wait until the Wi-Fi is connected. So this function is basically Wi-Fi. If Wi-Fi is not connected, then just wait and display the function until the Wi-Fi is connected. So once the Wi-Fi is connected, I will initialize the UDP port and then display the home screen. Let's go to the home screen and see what we are going to display there. So once Wi-Fi is connected, in the home screen, I will clear the display first to blank, then put the text size 1, go to the first cursor, and then print line Wi-Fi connected. After that, a blank line, then I'll print the SSID and a double colon, and then the local IP address of the NodeMCU. Then also I'll print the UDP port and then the UDP port from the variable. I will also display the power of the Wi-Fi signal. I'm taking it to a variable from this method Wi-Fi.RSSI, and I'll print the variable here. Along with that, I'll print the unit also here, and then one blank screen. I have declared two variables, forward and side, somewhere in the program. I will display the variable also. This is for the demonstration purpose. When I'm pressing the key, it will display every time in the loop. I'll show you how it is done. Let's get back to the program, and now we will see the void loop. Here guys, first thing we need to make sure that here we are trying to read data which is received from another computer on another system through the Wi-Fi. So we have to make sure the Wi-Fi is always connected. If the Wi-Fi is not connected, we will not be receiving any data, and it may create some unexpected problems if you're running the loop, during the running of the loop. So first thing first, I will check whether the Wi-Fi is connected or not. If Wi-Fi is not connected, then I will display Wi-Fi disconnected on the LED screen, and then I will call this function to connect to the Wi-Fi. So if we go back and see, this is the same function which will try to connect the Wi-Fi. Let's go back and see. After that, once the Wi-Fi is connected, I will try to parse the UDP data packets. With this line, I'm able to read the UDP data into the buffer, and end of the buffer I will add one end of line character. This is to help us display or use the received data into any further processes. So once we received, an end of line character is added to the buffer, so we'll get a string. I will display the screen on the screen, whatever received on the screen, and then Based on the received data, we can do some functions. So I'm comparing the received data is F1, then I will display the F1. I will call this function F1 so that it will go and display this text, display screen F1. Similarly for F2, F3, F4, it will basically just switch, create a new screen like a page on the OLED screen. Now if I am receiving up, down, right and left arrow keys, here I am doing some function. So basically what I have here is like two variables, forward and side. If the up arrow is pressed, I will increment the forward variable by 1 up to 99, and if I press the down key, I will decrement, means reduce by 1 up to -99. So I can use up and down arrow key to change this value of the variable from -99 to +99. Similarly for the variable side, I use the right key to increment and the left key to decrement. Here you can see, if I receive space, what I'm doing is I'm trying to reset the forward and the side back to 0 on an increment base. Once it is come back to 0, then I will display the home screen. In the home screen, I have, as I mentioned before, it will display all these variables along with forward and the side. Now at the end of receiving, every time at the end of reception of a UDP packet, I will send back some signal to the sender that okay, the packet whatever you sent has been received. So what I'm writing here is something from the reply variable. One more thing, I created a small program in Python which will capture the keystroke and send as a UDP packet to the designated IP address. So here I need two libraries. This is in Python, socket and keyboard. Then along with that one, I declared two variables, that is a target IP, that is the IP address of my NodeMCU, which I can look it from the LCD and put it here. Sorry. And the target port is 4210. Then I will create a UDP socket, and then I will print a message, program is running, and press Ctrl+C to exit. And after that, I will put it in a try catch loop. So whenever a key is pressed, that key is encoded and sent to the target IP with the target port as a UDP packet. That's all. Okay, let's see how it is running. So this is my keypress Python program in the PC. I'll right click and I will open with Python. So it's running. So this is the screen, OLED screen. You can see my Wi-Fi address, port number and the power in dBm. Both the variables are now 0. So if I press the up key, you can see each press it is getting incremented by 1, and if I press and hold, it will run up to 99. I can slowly press down to reduce the number from 99 to 0, and if I press and hold, you can see the number is going 0, then minus, it will go up to -99 as described in the program. Similarly for the right arrow key, it will go up to +99, and I can reduce it up to -99 using the left arrow key. Now I have mentioned clearly like a particular function. When I press the space bar, both the variable are reset back into 0. Now let's see how the program will respond if I press the F1 key. I created separate functions for displaying these F1 functions. So if I press F1, sorry, so I pressed the wrong button. If I press the F1, it will go to the display screen F1. I can press F2, it will show F2 screen. You can press F3, it will show a different screen F3. And if I press F4, it will show another screen F4. So these are the some functions which we can make use of the key press.